Oh, we are live. Welcome to the channel. Today we're celebrating the 4,000 subscriber milestone. So, as you come in, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel to add to the 4,000 subscriber milestone, and let's get this Q&A started. In this episode, I'm going to talk about the journey to 4,000 subscribers, trials and tribulations, but also things that are upcoming for the channel, and then muting my phone so I don't get a phone call in the middle of the stream, and things just that are on the horizon. I'd love to be able to provide value in any way I can. So your feedback is always welcome. But without further ado, let's talk about the journey. All right, so the journey started off with getting 100 subscribers, and the way that I look at getting subscribers is someone who subscribes. So on this channel, I've had over 500,000 views, but 500,000 views, 4,000 subscribers. It's usually about like 10% of your views are going to result in a subscription. So with the first 100 subscribers, that was pretty hard because I was very new to YouTube, never done it before, and then I'm just getting my feet wet and I'm just trying a new thing. It's very difficult to start in the beginning, but as you continue, as you build these skills, it becomes a little bit easier. Your processes become a little bit more easy to get into just as you grow, as your channel grows. So if anyone is out there interested in starting a YouTube channel and they're like, I need to get to 1,000 subscribers or 4,000 subscribers, well, I'll give you a little bit of sauce that I've learned thus far, and hopefully it can help you. But yeah, getting to 100 subscribers, the way that I view that as is I need to be able to help at least 100 people with credit cards, right? So this is a credit card YouTube channel that also acts as a training channel for military. This is a podcast, so training channel for military. And I held myself to that standard to be able to help people really. So I think my first ever video, it was a video about the USAA credit card and um, how that credit card, I think I was going over the benefits of the credit card. And then I think the next episode was, I can actually take a look. The next episode was on the military star credit card, which I don't have anymore. But these credit cards I used to have, and so I figured I would just get my 2 cents on it for anyone who's in the military. I would eventually make diss videos toward the USAA cashback rewards credit card and the military star credit card, because the those cards are just not very good. They might be good to get 10% off. Like if you just moved to a new duty station and they offer you a military star card, those those cards might be good just to get that 10% off, or at least a military star card is. But after that, these cards aren't really all that good. So hold on, bear with me here. Hold on, I gotta make sure everything's good with the sound. Let's hear it. Hold on, I gotta make sure everything's good with the sound. All right, I checked the sound, sounds good. So, yeah, those early videos, military star card, the USAA cashback rewards, I believe it's cashback rewards plus credit cards, a long name for a credit card. But those videos, I was basically, trying to make military centric content for service members. And because I'm in the Navy, I'm in the service, then I'd be able to offer my 2 cents for their usability, especially on base, which the military star card and the USA cashback rewards plus card were used for. And I remember those cards, there was like a gas category on the USA cashback rewards plus credit card that I was excited about, but it didn't work as well as it should have. There was also a grocery category, I believe, on that card that didn't even work at the commissary because, at least at the time on the base that I was at, that commissary on Schofield Barracks, it just didn't code. So that was really weird. So I had to get my 2 cents on those types of cards that I don't really have any. Actually, sorry. I have the USA Cashback Rewards Plus still because I had it open and I didn't close it. But the military star card, I believe my wife opened that one. And yeah, we closed that. And then the next videos that I started making had more to do with, getting credit cards for free because of my active duty military status, and getting those credit cards for free kind of led me into making more videos because I wanted to tell everyone about how I was able to maximize value from American Express Platinum cards and Gold cards and Hilton cards, because I got really deep into it, around the time of starting the YouTube channel. And once I started getting all these credit cards, I just started making more and more videos. And I figured some of these videos allowed me to help civilians as well, because I could talk about the platinum card and I could talk about the gold card and I could talk about the, I think in the early stages, one of my biggest videos was the financial review for the gold card. And yeah, so trying to solve those types of issues for people going through financial reviews. And that financial review was actually for player 2. And then I would eventually get the gold card, but like back then the cards I was getting, like platinum card, Chase Sapphire Reserve, the Hilton Aspire SPG luxury card, which is now the Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant. So I was getting a lot of cards, but I wanted to tell like coworkers about these things, and I wanted to tell my leadership and my supervisors about these things. And it's a thing that they probably aren't going to want to hear. The only people that I want hearing this is people that come to me either organically or they come up to me at work and they ask me about it, because I don't want to be the guy that's going up to you and soliciting you. I don't like that. I like being on YouTube because I talk into this mic, I talk into the camera, and you guys come to me. I didn't knock on your door to do it. So that's why I like YouTube. And Chad's Money Minute says, big congrats, well deserved. Appreciate that, bro. Type that back. So that's why I like being on YouTube, because I don't have to solicit. You come to me. I tell you guys to subscribe and everything. So I'm asking for your subscription, which leads to 4,000 subscribers as we are today. But I'm not going out and bothering people, which is what I just don't like. I don't like doing that. So that's why I prefer for people to come to me. And even when people come to me at work about these things, I'm even reluctant to talk to them about it. Yeah, I'll talk for hours if you let me about it, but I'm almost reluctant because, I've got so much content. I was like, you just got to go to the channel, because I don't think I work a little bit differently. When someone introduced these credit cards to me, I was more interested than probably most people end up being interested, because I was on watch, and the OOD, the officer of the deck, he told me to go to the gas station, give him some food. And so I did. I was a young sailor at that time. And so I did. He handed me the card. I was like, what is this? He handed me a platinum card. This is a really good way to get people into the credit card game. And I just had so many questions about it. He was talking about getting it for free and everything. There are videos on it. I was blown away. Did my own research, and then came back and I was telling him about it. And then that's when I finally pulled the trigger. I believe I used a referral link from him. Actually, you know what? Back then, this was years ago, guys. So don't hate me for this. I didn't use his referral link because I was afraid. I didn't know how referral links work. I was afraid of getting denied for the card. And if I would have gotten denied, then I would have felt embarrassed. So I didn't even use his referral link because I thought that using a referral link, he would know that I applied and got denied, because I didn't know how credit cards really worked back then. And so I would eventually get approved, and that started a chain reaction. And that chain reaction has gone to this day, where now I have 10 platinum cards, and player 2 has, she doesn't have 10, but she's working on it. She's working on her 10, and we just get so much value from this, and we're able to travel super subsidized. We're just able to do a lot of cool stuff. You can check the Instagram, Ty600. But that's how I got into making these videos. But the goal has always been, in order to get subscribers, I knew that I had to provide value. And the more value I provide, just the more people subscribe. So that's why, every day that I wake up, I get more and more subscribers, because over the years, I've just provided that type of value that people want to see. Now, could I provide more value? I think I can. I think we need to ramp it up to provide some more value to you guys, because I'm going to be here for a while, and it's also a legacy thing. So legacy, as some may call it. And got a phone call there. She'll just have to wait on that. Hey, I'm live. All right. It's also a legacy thing, a legacy, if you will. Like, what mark do you want to leave on the world? So at least I know, with 4,000 subscribers, I've left a mark in some regard on this world that is verifiable and quantifiable. Like, nobody can really, deny that. And so I like that. And it's also validating that I'm doing something right in life. I have to be. Yeah, sure, you can be a complete, buffoon and get to 4,000 subscribers, but I don't think that that's what happened. Or you can have 100,000, 1 million subscribers, you could be a buffoon. But I don't think that's what's typically happening. I think typically when you give value and you make content that people want to come back and watch again, or you make a video and someone says, man, that was a great video, and I get these comments every day, that it makes me feel good. So it is validating to get that type of feedback and then to continue on doing it. Now, I said the first 100 was pretty difficult, but everyone says that. Everyone says the first 100 is difficult because you're just starting off. It's a new skill that you're learning. So the first 100 was difficult, but I would say I remember making it probably to around 1,500 subscribers, and then like life happens, and I felt like at 1,500 subscribers, that I started to stagnate at that point. But then, Jesus says 4K subscribers freestyle. Maybe. I started to stagnate at about 1,500 subscribers, and it was difficult to get the ball back rolling and to continue to provide more value. But I would eventually defeat that roadblock. So yes, the first 100 is difficult, but if life happens, and which it will, and you stagnate, it's probably going to be a little bit more difficult for you to gain either the trust back or just get back to doing what you were doing. Just keep getting better every day. I think I get better every time I hop on the camera. I think I get better at public speaking the more I do this. I remember I was in Hawaii, and I believe I was in Waikele, this mall, and it was like this outdoor shopping area. And I ran into this guy, and he told me, no, we were talking about what he does for a living. He says he goes around and he sells something. I think he was selling insurance, but I don't think he was like a salesman. I think he just did like speeches for insurance companies. But anyways, I asked him, how did he become good at public speaking? And he says, I became good at public speaking by public speaking. I was like, okay, but what does that really mean? Like, you had to public speak with some competence in order to continue doing it. Nobody just came on in front of 500 people and was just so brilliant that they didn't need to do something to improve. They didn't need to practice. He says, well, look in the mirror and then talk to yourself. And so I took that advice from him, and I've used it. I look in the mirror and I talk to myself, and if it sounds crazy, it's not. I don't think it is. I think anyone who's decent at speeches or public speaking, I think they would probably all talk to themselves. I just can't imagine you not doing that, because it wouldn't make any sense. How else would you practice some of these things? You watch things like, you ever see a good public speaker in like the field of like entertainment or like professional wrestling, where they have to go out and cut a promo? Those promos, a lot of times, they're practiced. And if they don't seem practiced, that's because they've probably been talking to themselves for years and years and years and years. And then now it just flows out like second nature. So the advice that he gave me to just talk to myself in the mirror, I just took that, and now I really don't shy away from opportunities to public speak, like, ever. Like, I want to be in front of people public speaking. I always want to. And especially if I know what I'm talking about, that's like an easy W too, because that's what most people fear the most is public speaking. Me, not at all. Like, I'm not fearful at all, especially if I'm competent in the topic. Now, if you told me to get up in front of people and start talking to them about the latest penny stocks, I would have a little bit of trouble with that. That would be very difficult for me because I'm not familiar with the latest penny stocks. Could I find a way to navigate around the latest penny stocks? I can try right here. Let's see. All right, so I'll pretend like I know a thing or two about penny stocks, and we can see how much BS I can get away with, just because I have some level of competency to be able to public speak. So let's do it. We're just doing this exercise, penny stocks. Actually, you know what? Somebody give me a different topic. Just throw a topic in the chat, and I'll try to talk to it as if I know a thing or two about it, and we'll see what I can do. So whenever someone throws that in the chat, I'll go ahead and start. But this is just an exercise of being able to public speak. So I'm hoping that it works. I'm hoping that I can do it. But Jesus says, 4K subscribers freestyle. Do I have one? I remember when I made 500 subs, I did write a rap. It was a Charles Schwab rap. And see if I can actually remember that, because this was years ago, guys. All right, let's see what I can do. All right, this was 500 subs, so let's go. It went like this. 500 subs are going off right here. 500 stocks is like an auction here. All right, let's start again. 500 subs are going off right here. 500 stocks is like an auction here. I came off the block. I jumped off the stairs. I be with Charles Schwab and being cautious with it. No ETN. I got an ETF, exchange traded funds, just an easy stress. Why beat the stock? Why pick the stock? It ain't gonna beat index unless P index is just an easy flex. The funds that I invested in, that be mutual, noble credit gang. That's if it's new to you, flow too high. I think I need a crucible rapping about Schwab. This may not sound usual. Investments got treasuries in it, no cap. I got the raw, so I ain't deal with the tax. Compared to Schwab, the other ones cannot match. Expense ratios was looking too fat. Charge commission piece, they do not do that. I had membership points, but they wouldn't let me stack. They tried to tell me different, they left out the facts. Emerging stocks, small stocks in it. High yield bonds, I want every penny. Listen up, talking allocation. One asset to block against inflation. Hold up, wait out in this with a bang. Snowball credit, now you know the name. Vlogging camera went up on the plane. Hit the red button, join the game. Vlogging, watching. All right, that's a hard one. But I think it was like pocket watching, simple flexing, keep the effort with indexing. What they gonna do with Tesla? Got a simple message, man, is noble. All right. They Hate Me says, congrats. Your willingness to share your experience means a lot to those on the fence regarding applying. BZ, appreciate that. Thanks. They hate me. They hate me. Oh, but yeah. Yeah, so the ability to public speak is one of the things that is helpful with doing this whole YouTube thing, especially doing live streams. Underrated, but if you do live streams like enough, I could probably talk about things probably all day if I wanted to, and really not have too much blank space in. Sometimes I'll have blank space within the live stream, and I don't like it that much, but sometimes things do get a little bit distracting for me, and sometimes we end up with blank space. But I really do try to talk throughout the whole thing without saying too much, or without having too much white noise or too much blank space within everything that I'm saying. So I try to almost be a motor mouth, just keep it running, just everything that comes to my head, just try to keep it going. A lot of people probably don't have the ability to do that. And it makes sense because, I talk to people. Every day. I am the one that is generally going to be comfortable with speaking in front of others. And it does surprise me though, because it's such an easy way to stand out. And the fact that people don't choose to do this, it just tells you, if you have a little bit of confidence, if you develop a skill like this and you're just able to just make it happen, just to do it, you're probably gonna go places. That's just the way it is. Even if you don't really know what you're talking about all that much, sometimes people are gonna feed you information. Have you ever been in charge of a team at work and you weren't like the expert within the team, but you have experts on the team that feed you the information? It's almost like if you have a subject matter expert here and they're focused on data analysis, and you have a subject matter expert here and they're focused on getting the math right. Getting the math right. All right. So you got the data analysis person, you got the mathematician here, and then you got your person they're working on a focus group. So if you're in charge of this whole team, each of these people are feeding you the information, and all you have to do is regurgitate it. Now, your data analysis guy, your data guy, he might not have the confidence to get up in front of people and spew everything that he knows, because he just isn't wired that way. He's just not built like that. I would like to influence that person to be able to public speak, but you can't you can't help every single person be able to get up in front of a crowd. That's just not going to happen. That's not realistic. Now, if something's in my control and I can get them speaking in front of people within a closed environment, so it's not too judgmental, but it's comfortable enough that they can make mistakes and, it's not going to be a big deal. Yeah, I'll get them to do something like that. But outside of that, if there's like things that's on the line for real, and this person, I know they really don't like speaking in front of others, I'm not going to make them do that. But that's also, like I said, the example is if you're in charge of a team, your data guy or your data gal, they are not built that way. So while you're not the expert, you can regurgitate everything to the people that matter, to the decision makers. And that is a skill. That is a useful skill to have, being able to public speak. Sendo says, yo. What up, Sendo? But yeah, so that is a useful skill to have. So the whole topic right there is YouTube, especially doing live streams, is helpful. And it's also helpful for live streams because if I'm recording a video, my bloopers are crazy. My bloopers sound more like this is an example. I'll give an example of what like a blooper for me sounds like. Hey, welcome to the channel. Today we'll talk. Hey, welcome to the channel. Today is Noble. Hey, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the American Express Business Gold Card and everything that you can do to. So this is what I'm talking about. This is what like my bloopers sound like. But I typically am not going to be doing that in a live stream. Everything is typically going to be flowing. Yeah, I'll get stumped on a word here or there, but it's not anything where I have to restart everything in order to be fine. I talk to Player 2 all the time about this, and she's like, I could never do what you're doing. Like, what you're doing is kind of crazy. And I don't quite understand just because I'm me. Like, I'm in my mind. Like, my brain is working because my brain thinks that what I do is right. And it also thinks that everyone else probably could do the same thing. And it's just not true. Like, most people really aren't going to be able to do this. So you live streaming trains your brain to try to make as few mistakes as possible when speaking and to maximize on what you know, what you're able to talk about, what you're able to discuss. And you don't have that fallback plan. I don't have the fallback plan to where, okay, now I'm going to make a mistake and I got to start over. Okay, the American Express Platinum card, you get a $230. The American Express Platinum card, you get a $550. I don't have that being able to just cut and splice that clip out. So I just have to go, all right, the American Express Platinum card, there's a $650 annual fee. Excuse me, there's a $695 annual fee. And the annual fee is probably going to go up within the next year or two. So be prepared for that. And then we're going to talk about the Chase Sapphire Reserve at the $550 annual fee. We could see a bump in the annual fee maybe soon. I don't see anything on the horizon, but I wouldn't be surprised though. But the main benefit of the American Express Platinum card that I enjoy is gotta be fine hotels and resorts, the $50 Saks credit every half year. So so that was an example, but it's just being able to speak to these things like at will. That's what I believe live streaming has helped me do. No safety net. Can't just cut the clip. Now, if something happens in the very beginning of a clip and I have to cut it, and I have to cut the entire live stream, then I got to cut the whole live stream, because sometimes I'll have a live stream when I was starting to add sound effects. These live streams, they would Sindo says, my job is basically public speaking and I still hate it. Facts. These live streams, I started to add sound effects to it, such as
it's different. It's different.
Oh no, I can't hear it. I couldn't hear it, but I hope it made a sound. I feel like I should be able to hear that. Let me try another one.
I'm gonna be rich.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I can't hear any sound effects, but I'm assuming that they played. Let me see. And am I plugged in right? I should be plugged in right. Yeah, I'm plugged in right. Well, maybe they heard it or maybe they didn't. But yeah, so I was talking about public speaking, and yeah, it's just a skill that I built with live streaming. So if you ever want to improve your public speaking ability, do what that guy told me in Hawaii. Get in front of the mirror and just talk to yourself. Just keep talking and try to talk without stopping. Like, I could probably do an exercise where I just try to talk into the camera and like not give myself a single second of space. I just keep talking. I could try it, but I need a topic. Oh, Sendo says, yeah, we heard it. Oh, wonder why I can't hear it.
Me fail English? That's impossible.
Maybe one day I'll be able to hear it. What do you think of this one?
I could write a book about what you don't know.
But yeah. So yeah, that's kind of been my experience with doing this whole YouTube thing and getting to 4,000, just trying to add value to people. Getting people to subscribe means that I added value. So I'll say 4,000 people, that's quite a lot. And then also building a legacy, building that, and then building influence. You know, if you have something to say, you know, why not try to be more influential about it? So that's how I see YouTube. It's a space where if you really want to and you know a thing or two, you could build an online influence, and that influence could, you know, result in a side hustle, and that side hustle could pay you. So YouTube pays me, but it doesn't pay me enough that I can like quit my job or anything. Nothing crazy like that. But it pays me, and that's also validating. You know, that's YouTube telling me, "Hey, you're keeping people on our app, on our website for long enough time. Here's some money for your trouble." Now, is it enough for everything that I've sacrificed or everything that I've poured into YouTube? No, maybe not yet. Maybe one day I'll really see the fruits of my labor here on YouTube. But that probably just means I got to work a little bit harder. That's all that is. Any questions out there? I know I've been talking for 30 minutes, 30 minutos. Yeah. But it feels good to hit this 4,000 subscriber milestone. Sendo says, how many years you got left? That would be over 10. So around 11, 12-ish. 11, 12-ish years. Just doing the math. It's not, because it feels like 12 years, but I'm over 8 years. So it's like between like 11. It's like 11 and some months. So yeah, we'll see. I'm probably staying in the military, but we'll see what happens. Life may be funny, but I like the military's. At least the job that I do, I would consider it pretty rewarding, fairly easy. Like at least I don't have to do a real job. Like at least I'm not out there baking in the hot sun. I work at a desk in an air conditioned room. Like I mean, I can't really complain too much. Yeah, stupid stuff happens all the time that you get maybe a little bit disgruntled about, but like it beats being a roofer. So no says he hit 7 on Wednesday. Good job. Did you re-enlist? Hitting 7. Yeah, did you re-enlist at all, or are you within an extension, or are you coming up on a re-enlistment, or a time to re-enlist, or are you about to get out? You got some time left. So it says, I just retrained to do a desk job, so I feel you. Even though it's a lot of public speaking. Nice. What type of public speaking job do you got to do? I'd be interested to know. Recently re-enlisted for retraining. Retraining? What does that mean? Sendo specifically said, I extended, but recently re-enlistmented for retraining.
What?
Got it. Okay. Sendo says, I'm a unit training manager now, so I do briefings almost daily to commanders and officers. Perfect. Yeah. Public speaking is pretty important. Yeah, the more you do public speaking, the easier it becomes. But yeah, in the initial stages, though, definitely taking that guy's advice from Hawaii to just talk to yourself in the mirror has helped me immensely. And I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm the greatest in the world at what I do. I'm not. There are plenty of people better than me. But when it comes to not being afraid of being in front of people, of putting yourself out there, yeah, that's where I would probably stand out. So No says, I retrained into a different job. Cross training might be a familiar term. Oh, okay. In the Navy, we call it cross rating, but I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. But yeah, 4,000 subscribers feels good. I'm happy with that. Let's see. Let me actually see how many subscribers I'm at right now. What? How did I lose a subscriber? I'm at 3,999 right now. I had 4,000 this morning when I awoke. Let me see how many are on the site. Oh, is anyone in the chat that is not subscribed? Can you go ahead and subscribe? For some reason, whoever was my 4,000 subscriber, they took that away. Maybe I said something on this stream, but it's okay. If people watch the replay, I'll obviously be at 4,000 subscribers. It's fine. So No says, no, why they unsub? I couldn't tell you.
This is the best I could do.
Now, at the risk of being unpopular, this reporter places the blame for all of this squarely on you, the viewers.
But yeah. Okay, so next videos that we gotta do. We have to do, there are no new cards lately, but probably we got to do an update on the SAX credit. As always, every half year we do an update on the SAX credit. Then this Hilton Resort credit, I should do an update on that. I'm probably not going to end up using my Hilton Resort credit before June 30th on most of these Hilton cards, unfortunately. So that might go to waste, especially since I can't prepay with that Hilton card or prepay using the resort credit, which that's no good, but is what it is. So might get some use out of it. I might be able to swing 2 nights out of it because in Virginia Beach, I think their cheapest property is like $500 for the Hilton Resort credit. So that's two cards. Well, that's technically that's 3 cards. But I don't have 6 cards for the whole 2 nights, so I would have to come out of pocket. I got some decisions to make, basically. Sino says, I'm thinking about getting the Bonvoy business. I've seen some nights for like 55k points in some decent places. Bonvoy business. But you have to pay the annual fee. Are you under 524? Can you go ahead and get the Marriott Bonvoy Boundless? Or if you're really just concerned about the points, get the Marriott Bonvoy, the Bonvoy, not the Balance, the one right above the Balance. What's it called? Okay, it's called the Chase Marriott Bonvoy Bountiful. Yeah, the Bountiful comes with 85k points bonus. The Balance comes with 3 free nights, which is obviously worth more than that. So it'd probably be the Balance that would be the best bet. Wait a second, so no, how did you get the CSR at 1324? You said $125 ain't bad for 5 free night certificates, so not bad at all. But if you can avoid an annual fee, I would say do it. Okay, so you can't get any more Marriott or some Chase cards, or you shouldn't be able to. I don't know how you got approved for a CSR at 1324 LOL 24. That's interesting though. Yeah, if you have a crazy data point like that you know someone else could use. Oh, you gotta you recon the CSR. That's interesting. It's like your mileage may vary. Yeah, they weren't budging with the ink cards. Yeah, I remember I made a mistake with an ink card where I got an offer in the mail and I thought that meant something. I thought I got the promo code in the mail and I thought that was I was really doing something. And they turned around and they said, nope. Chase was like, Sendo says the rep said she was astonished that I got approved for the CSR. I'm astonished that you got approved for it too. Like, was this the same call? Like, that's kind of crazy. Yeah, I'm astonished by that too. But yeah, the next video, Saks credit, the Hilton Resort credit, and then I did a couple of the FHR properties in Washington DC over Memorial Day, so I need to do like a little bit of a trips report on that. Sindel said she was irritated and wouldn't hear him out. Well, you got over. I don't even know what made you apply for the CSR. That's kind of wild. But I'm glad you got approved. I just wish your data point was usable. Yeah, anyone else got any crazy data points out there they want to let us know about? All right, Sendo. Peace. Whoever was my 4,000 subscriber, really, they took off on me. That's crazy. All right. But yeah, guys. About them wanting Amex custom. Oh yeah. I think I saw that. If you mentioned like, yeah, I'm trying to get rid of my Amex cards and I want to get a Chase card. It could work. Apparently it worked for you, but yeah, maybe one day I'll try that. But I don't want to do that, at least not now, when I've been gardening for a while and I've been disciplined enough, and it's like I don't want to ruin it by getting an inquiry. Yeah. Anyone got anything else to say before I head out? Because it is time to eat. And there is an ad playing, so you guys wouldn't have heard me say that anyway. But thanks for being part of this 4,000 subscriber special. Even though my 4,000 subscriber, I guess somebody unsubscribed and now I'm at 3,999, but it's okay. You see this on the replay. I'll be at 4,000 subscribers, and now we're on the road to 5K, and then the road to 10K. So let's get it. But yeah, I've been Over Credit. Peace. I'm out.